What is an item you spent way too much money on but have no regrets buying? I bought a pair of leather handmade hipster boots like 11 years ago. Like $250 US. They're still fine, just scuffed. They're my go-to boots for any outside dirty work. I broke them in while hiking through the Highlands in Scotland. All the rain and wind molded the leather to my feet after that trip. Lol. I also bought hiking socks there that would also be 11 years old and they have never had any damage. I have no idea why I wear them straight through every winter. The brand is Britdale Tracker. UK brand. I think I paid like 20 something pounds for the pair. Amazing. Honestly, an artist's set of nails I'll never wear. I was doing really well financially in spite of being disabled, so I splurged on the commissioned art I wanted. Still proud of that even if too broke to pay attention now. I had the money and showed myself I was worth some art that I liked. Still love them and one of my few regretted purchases. I didn't get it for increased valuation or any of that, I got them cause they're pretty. They are my size, so should I ever want to wear them, I can. It's simply not likely. Lol. I have a hard time getting myself moving. I work a desk job from 9 to 5 and I'm just not motivated after work. I've tried a bunch of different options but I have ADHD and none of them gave me dopamine, so I didn't want to do them. So, I bought a whole Nintendo Switch just for the Ring Fit game. It works amazingly and I feel a lot better knowing I'm getting some movement into my day. It was super expensive but the gaming aspect keeps my brain interested. Sorry if this is NSFW, but honestly, my BJ machine. I won't say the brand so it doesn't seem like I'm promoting, but I love it. It has literally saved my life and my wallet. I have gone on multiple dates where knowing I had my device at home kept me from making moves I would have without it. I would 100% be in a relationship with someone I didn't love, just to not be alone, without it. I'm nearly $2,000 in on a bolt action .22, but I can buy a box of bulk ammo for $20 and keep shooting all afternoon. Cheap shit like Ruger 1022s are fun for about an hour as you mag dump into trash on the closest berm, but with the CZ457 I'm working my way out to the targets where the deer hunters zero their scopes. A nice chair for working from home and gaming. Everything adjustable, has armrests, super comfy back bit, and you can recline back in it. Felt like I'd committed a grave sin when I handed over the £350,400 for it. 5x more than I'd ever paid for a chair before. But holy fuck was it worth it. Comfy chairs for life. I usually go mid-market on power tools but my buddy pushed me into Festool for some remodel and updates. Wow, this shit is real nice. Almost makes up for my lack of talent in the woodworking department. Before I buy any tools now I always look and see what the German-made version would cost. Lol. Weed. Long story short, I got $400 a month in high school, and I blew it on mostly weed and pizza. Might seem like a waste on the face of it, but I owe weed a debt of gratitude. Helped me tolerate my life when I was on the verge of suicide and or severe depression. Every Liverpool FC kit that I bought, I'd do it again for every single one, especially the ones that I've gotten from my dad. Even the Salah third kit I impulse bought after we beat Palace 7-0. And I'm probably gonna buy yet another one soon. Red cinema camera rig so I have a nice video camera. I'll shoot local music videos and such for side gig. $300 music videos. Footage quality dominates the competition's DSLR mirrorless. For 7 years I paid $450 a month. I guess it isn't bad, but like $700 on a smoker. I use it a ton so I'd say it's worth it and I don't have any regrets because I love cooking on it, but I could have definitely got a smaller or cheaper one. Are we allowed NSFW? I deadass paid good money for a vibrator. Usually I pay for the $10-20 ones but I splashed out and spent $150. Literally best investment ever. My self-care routine is on fire and smiling face with hearts. My monitor, I couldn't afford to get a new monitor when I upgraded my PC, went through a rough patch and finally out it. Am now moving from 60Hz to 244Hz. Don't worry, my PC can handle it, but go me. Spent like $210 on Olivia Rodrigo tickets. The concert isn't until March but I have no doubts it'll be worth it. Lol. Most I've ever spent for a concert. I usually don't buy tickets if they're over $100. My car. Yes, it was used and yes, maintenance is freakishly expensive, but I've cheaped out on cars my whole life and I wanted a convertible Beetle since I was a teen. I love my little red Zoomy car. Not an item, but a trip to Alaska this summer. I never sat down and added everything up, but I probably spent about $3,000 on a 10-day trip solo. But it was an incredible trip. Worth every dollar. My Mazda 3 2022. Damn, I love this car. When I started looking for a car, I had a 12K budget and ended up with a 34K beautiful red Mazda with manual transmission, and it's so fun to drive. Louis Vuitton Damier Speedy in 2006. It was about $750. Nearly 20 years later and it's still in beautiful condition and retails for far more than it did. It's a classic bag, until everything electronic in my apartment was stolen recently, my retro video game console collection, and my comic book collection, and all of my electronics, my countertop dishwasher. I have a studio apartment with no dishwater included, and the $400 was well spent on it to not have to hand wash dishes all the time. L'instrument. I have a hard time explaining what it is so people can understand. It's an MPE MIDI controller. It hook up to synth, make real good sound, thumbs up. I bought a set of pictures of my dog right before we had to put her down. That was $1,200. We did a whole family photo shoot with our 14-year-old dog. I bought a $15,000 car, and within the first year I spent $13,000 putting a new engine and transmission in it. Still drive it 16 years later, no regrets. A really good mechanics toolset. Used for 40 years and it is in the same working shape as new. Only broke one socket and got free replacement. My Steam Deck, I spent some change on it, but I get to play Halo, Half-Life or Fallout in my bed or at work without using a laptop. No regrets. I got a really good deal on an AeroFarm 24XL during the pandemic and went for it. I love growing fresh food for my family inside my house. My new laptop saved me during online classes and is my main source of entertainment and escape from reality along with my video games. My dog. She's almost 7 and since then she's either wearing my money, chewing my money, or eating my money. Don't regret it one bit. My house. I pay a lot as my mortgage, but every time I come into the house the immense peace I feel is just over the roof. Crying face. I bought 2 Rolex Daytona watches for a lot of money and sold both of them for a hefty profit 5 years later. No regrets. My matching kettle and toaster. They were just over $200 each and I don't care. I love them and I use them every day. In 2020 I decided to treat myself to a brand new UTV. I spend way more than I should have and I do not care. A carbon fiber road bike. It sings in the wind when I get it up to speed and feels like I can ride forever. La Marzocco Micro Espresso Machine. I make the best espresso drinks I've ever had in my own kitchen. 25 years ago I bought some bright red cotton gloves from Agnes B for $100. I still have them. Electric tools. I prefer using hand tools, but zinging bolts off quickly is great on big jobs. 1997 Subaru Impreza WRX STIV Limited. No regrets, but it has costed me a lot of money. Golf clubs. I could lose all my possessions and I wouldn't care if I still had my bag. My stupid expensive watch that doesn't tell time as well as my phone. I love it so. My instruments and my audio equipment. Don't regret a single dime I spent on it. My new Tempur-Pedic king bed. By God was it expensive, but I've never slept better. Snow crab legs $11. 99 pounds. I usually get 3 pounds each paycheck, because I deserve it. Investing in more expensive clothing that doesn't fall apart in a year. My Steam Deck with a 1TB SD card. Love it, have so much fun with it. Cormorant coffee roaster. It's a blast to roast my own beans.